Hey guys, welcome. We are live. We are live here from Cancun, Mexico on August the 6th, Sunday. Where have all the beautiful Ukrainian women gone? This is the topic for today. Hello, everyone. Please say hi in
Hello.
chat.
Hello, everyone. Saturday.
So today we have a special guest. What do we have entitled for you today? We have we're taking a deep look at this question. So not just the statistics, which we'll report to you, current day statistics, but also, where did they go and specific stories. Where did they go? When did they go? Why did they go? And why are so many returning back to Ukraine? The statistics are quite hard to believe, quite incredible. So we're going to hear from this young lady, meet Deanna. Deanna is going to share her family story of when they left, why they left, and why they haven't returned, and then talk about her friends and have they returned and why. And then we're going to have another guest share her family story about, again, the who, the what, the where, and the why. All about where are Ukrainian women now? Where are Ukrainian refugees now? How is their life now? How does their life look now? Are they planning to return home? If so, when? And then we're going to talk about our Match Guarantee ladies. Where are they? Are they in the mood for dating you guys? And that kind of good stuff. Okay, so without further ado, let's pull this map up for you. So I will include in the description below the link. This is a great data resource. It's up to date as of August 3rd, so 3 days ago. So very up-to-date data on where Ukrainians have gone around Europe specifically. So you can see it's an interactive map. You can click on individual countries. So it's great interactive data. This is the specific location of Ukrainian refugees. So you see most of them are in Poland at 1.3 million. Then
Russia.
Sorry, Russia. Yeah, Russia. Thanks for the correction, honey. Almost 2 million, then 1.3 million in Poland. Interesting. Most of them are in Russia. Hey, that's quite an involved story. Moldova, 88,000, 87,000, Slovakia, Romania, 84,000, Hungary, Belarus, you can see. And then other European cities, you can see. So check it out on the website if you want to get granular on that. This is interesting. This is really interesting. Okay, so this is the border crossings from Ukraine to Europe, and you see it continues. Can we show? Yeah, so for 10.3 million Ukrainians have left Ukraine all in since February 24th, the war begun. This is also interesting. Can you see this? Yeah. So this is returning to Ukraine. Ukraine is returning home, and it's now almost 4.3 million as of August the 2nd, August 3rd. So it shows you, what's interesting is the trends. Both the trends are up. So there's more continue to leave and more continue to return home. And why is that? So, okay, hello in chat. Hello, George. Hello. So, what to take a look at next? Let's come back to you. Let's come back full force here. So this is an interesting statistic. 7 million Ukrainian people displaced in Ukraine. So they're basically refugees inside their own country. They've been displaced internally and have not left Ukraine. 7 million, big number. Let's get granular on this. 27% of those 7 million are from the Kharkov region because it got beaten pretty bad, right? Then another 25% are from, they had their homes damaged or destroyed during the war, so they literally are homeless. Then you have 16% from Kiev, and 16% from the Donetsk region. Okay. So what's interesting to note, well, it's sad, right, is that almost all of the 10 1.3 million refugees that left are women and children, right? So that's 10 million from a population of 44 million. Now about 5 million have come back, right? So without further ado, let's bring Diana in, and she will share her family's story. And this way, you guys will get a real personal look, looking at one Ukrainian family, and then she'll talk about her friends, and it'll help give some insights as to what's going on in Ukraine. Okay, so let's say hello to Deanna. Good morning, Deanna.
Hello, hello everyone. Good morning, Joseph. Hello, Anna. Hello.
So you are in Spain. How is Spain this afternoon?
Yes, we're in Spain. Spain now with my family and I. It's so hot here. So hot, terrible. but we love Spain.
Yeah, it's quite the blistering heat wave across Europe this summer, isn't it? So, Deanna, if you could start by, let me ask you this question:
Yeah.
when did you leave Ukraine? What date?
Joseph, we left Ukraine 8th of March. 8th of March. So basically 2 weeks after the war started, because we cannot believe that, firstly, and secondly we thought that maybe it will be not that much terrible. We did not expect it will be for so long. We really did not expect it. And even now, when I asked my grandmother, she told me that, Deanna, I thought that we are going from Ukraine maybe for 2 weeks or 1 month. She did not expect it. We will stay here for so long.
Mhm.
And we had a very long and very hard way, because we went firstly to Lviv, then we went to Poland, and we spent 1 week in the camp in Poland. It was very hard, camp for refugees. It was very, very hard. And only after we went to Spain. So we
I
had a
remember,
lot.
just to add in there, I remember was it you and your mom got COVID in the camp in Poland?
We felt very bad. We felt ill, but I'm not sure if it was COVID. But when
Oh,
we arrived here in Spain, we made a test, and the doctor tell us that we have COVID. But yeah.
okay. So before we continue on the story, can you describe during the wartime when you were, sorry, what date you left again? March what?
8th of March.
March 8th. Okay, I remember. So those 2 weeks, can you give us an idea? What were where were you living in those 2 weeks, and what was it like? Because I remember you moved to the dacha, right? What
Yes.
was it like during that 2 weeks when you lived under, war conditions?
It was terrible. It was terrible because every night we did not know what will happen. We did not know what to expect, because they firstly started to bomb Kharkiv and Kiev. We were on Dacha, yes. So we were not at the same place as they bombed. So we were in safe.
Where were
But
you?
anyway, we didn't know.
Where
We
were
were
you?
in Dnipro on Dacha.
Dnipro. So how far from Dnipro in
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
cottage?
yeah.
How
We
far
were.
from Dnipro? Kilometers.
I think 1 hour, about 1 hour. Yeah,
Oh, long way from
yeah,
from
yeah.
Dnipro.
But
And
anyway,
I
we did not
remember
know.
talking to you. I remember talking to you, and you were confident the war's not going to come to you. You're okay. You guys are okay. You were quite calm and collected, and you were quite confident that the war's going to just die out. Remember, you were very optimistic and positive.
Yes, I thought that war will never happen. I was like, no, are you kidding me? That will not happen. I did not believe. I really did not believe in that. I was telling all my friends that it will never happen, guys. 21st century war, no. But it happened, and of course we were scared, because we did not know if they will go to that way in Dnipro. We did not know that. So, and we woke up, the it was March 4th, I guess, when they bombed Zaporozhye, when they bombed um, uh, I'm sorry. Can I ask you, Anna, how to translate атомную электростанцию?
Nuclear station,
Yeah, nuclear station. Yes.
Nuclear power station.
Station,
Yeah, and it was like one and a half hours from us, and we were shocked. And at that moment, we understood that we must go. We must go because
I remember a missile came into the Zaporozhye nuclear power plant and it hit it. It was a direct hit. And the world was freaking out, thinking, looks like Putin is maybe trying to create a dirty, we call it dirty nuclear bomb, and then lie about it. Oop, it was just a mistake. So yeah, that would have really scared you. So that's when you decided, okay, our time is up. We got to get out of here.
yeah, my mom just woke me up at 5 a.m. and she told me, Deanna, we go right now because it's very dangerous to stay. Yes.
So where did you go from the dacha? Where did you went into Dnipro? Can you kind of explain how was your journey to get out of Ukraine?
Oh my God, it was so difficult because we went to Dnipro to train station, and there were, I don't know, thousands of people there, and they were all so much scared and so much in panic. We were standing in a live line to the train. We were waiting for the train 10 hours. No, first day we waited 7 hours, and the second day we waited 10 hours for train under the snow, under the rain. We were all wet, all frozen. It was terrible. And the most terrible is that people.
Can you clarify? You just was not waiting like was no train. Train was coming, but it was full with people, and people was fighting to get in. So it's not like you just was waiting, drinking coffee somewhere inside the building. It just was. You tell me it was such a scary even to hear. And then I watched the photos, from it's like big. How to say, you explain how with the bags, people running,
it was chaos.
Each other.
It was absolute chaos, right? Yeah,
people in panic, just
yeah.
Yes, and yes, you're right, Joseph. We were trying to stay calm in this situation. We were doing our best to stay calm, but at that moment when we were waited for the train, it was so scary, really scary, because people are crazy. They're just running. They're just trying to break through, and it was terrible. It was really, really scary. And in the end, we waited for 10 hours to get in the train. We took a train, and it was full. The train was absolutely full. People were sleeping on the floor everywhere. It was terrible. But and the train was going very slow, not to get attention. So, and to be quiet. So we came in 23 hours to leave.
Wow.
Yes. And when we came, it was difficult too, because we cannot find a place to stay, at night, because after those 2 days when we were waiting for the train, we needed to at least to sleep. So we were trying to find a place to rent for some days, and it was also difficult because it was all full. Everything in the hotels, anywhere, it was full. So in the end, we found some place. We found the place. It's a little bit funny story, because when we arrived here, we met police officers, and they told us, "Girls, what are you doing here?" And so we explained them the situation, that we came here to stay until we will go. At that time, we did not know even where we will go after we did not know. We just arrived there. So the police asked us, "Girls, what are you doing here?" And we're like, we was looking for a place to stay, at least for one night, just to sleep, to take a shower, just to rest. And they told us, "Do you know that this place is literally a place where prostitutes stays?" And we were like, "Oh my God." And police like in the polite way, they told us that, girls, we really suggest you to go here tomorrow as fast as possible. It's better to go out of here. So yeah, because there were just nowhere to stay, nowhere really. And in the end, we took a taxi to go to the Poland border. And it was unreal too, because there was a line of cars that was for 1 kilometer long, and we should wait this line, and it could took for many hours to stay. So we just decided to go by feet, and it took us I think 10 hours to cross the Poland border by feet. And it was very difficult too, because it was cold, the same cold. We were also with our cat, carrying the cat. And in the end, we crossed the border, and we went to Poland, to Warsaw by bus.
Crazy. Let me just pause there, Deanna. And guys, if you're just joining us, we're looking at all the statistics about Ukrainian people, how many have left, how many have returned, how many are applying for refuge around the world. And Deanna is sharing our story of her family, how they got out, where they are now. And we're going to talk about, how Ukrainian people are making the decision, whether they should, begin life again, start over again in another country, or go back to Ukraine. I know you guys have a lot of questions about Ukrainian ladies, and are we going to lose them all to the rest of the world? And a million questions. So please, you feel free to start asking your questions in chat if you've got questions.
There is some good questions
for Deanna. Yeah.
No, that is how they make a living.
And I'm just going to show you the stats, and we'll come back to Deanna continuing her story. Okay, so again. Okay. So again, these are the statistics of where Ukrainians have gone. So I didn't mention this at the beginning, but basically 10.3 million Ukrainian refugees have left Ukraine since the war began February 24th. And then 4.3 have come back. That's the migration back to Ukraine. So net out is 6 million, almost right on 6 million. A few more stats. 3.78 million are currently seeking temporary refuge across Europe. So 3.8 million. And what's interesting to note is most of those are women and children, right? Because men, you guys already understand, men from age 18 to 60 are not allowed to leave Ukraine. And by the way, we're going to talk about in this live stream how men between 18 and 60 have left Ukraine and how did they do it. Okay, we're going to talk about that a little bit. Which men have left, how did they do it, and maybe even we'll include one horror story with no names, but how he left, what happened to him. So thank you, Deanna. Please let me pull you back in here. So where are we? You are now in Poland, and which one is it? You stayed in Poland how long before you moved on from there?
We stayed for 8 days. 8 days.
8 days living in a refugee camp. It was. I remember you sent me videos. It was nasty. It was.
Yes, everywhere. Everybody are sleeping on the floor all around, and oh my god.
Okay, so from Poland, where did you go and why?
In Ukraine it's pretty cold in winter. That's why my family wanted to go to the hot country, and I was like, I don't like hot weather, so I did not want to go. But my mom and my grandmother, they decided that they want to go to hot country, and I was okay. Okay. So in the camp, in that refugee camp in Poland, they gave us a ticket for a bus. free ticket, and we waited for the bus 5 days, about 5 days, yeah, and we went to Poland. We were for two days on the bus, uh, and it was difficult way too, because I get poisoned or something. I felt very bad, terrible, and some people in the bus too. There were 50 people who went from Warsaw to Spain with us.
Okay. So
And
where did
when
you
we
land in Spain? You went to Spain and you landed in Granada, Spain, where you are now. Yeah.
Yes, 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 yes,
And
yes,
it's super hot, so be careful what you wish for.
yeah.
And maybe can you let me ask you this question? Why? How are Ukrainian people, like including your family, your friends, how are they making the decision where to live? There's so many options around Europe. Can you give us a flavor of that?
Yes, I think, what surprised me, what really surprised me, is that I think Ukrainians are really brilliant, patriotic people. Brilliant, patriotic. It's true, and that's why I really notice that they they decide to stay somewhere not far from Ukraine. I think that is the main reason, that they don't want to go far from home. That's why they decide to stay in Poland. Mostly, really, like, I think 60%, yeah,
Yeah,
of refugees.
it's over half are in Poland. Yeah.
Yes, yes, because it's not far from home. Because it's easy to learn Polish, and I think it's the main reason.
Okay, next question is um, are Ukrainian people that have moved, the 3.8 million are now refugees around Europe seeking temporary asylum on different programs of different countries. How are they migrating a lot? Are they moving from country to country? And if so, why and how are they making the decision where to live?
Yeah, so that's true that they are moving because, for example, here, as I told you, on our bus, there were 50 people who came here in Spain. After 1 month, there were 8 people left. 8 people, 3 families, because all the other people who came with us, they came or home back or to other country. Why? Uh, because it's difficult for people who came here to it's more difficult that for them to learn Spanish than to learn Polish, as I told you, for example, or any other language that is, more close to our to our language. So yeah, many families, they went to. I know that one family went back to Cheese Republic. Another family went to Poland because they decided that it's better for them to live there.
Hmm.
Some of the refugees traveling. For example, I know one woman. I know her personally. She firstly was in Poland, then she went to Germany, then she went to France, then she went to uh, Finland. She's now in Finland, so she's just trying all the countries to find out in which she will feel better.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And from your friends, how many have gone back to Ukraine? And are you thinking of going back to Ukraine?
All my friends came back. To tell the truth, I am so surprised. I'm so surprised, and I think that Ukrainian people, they love to live at home so much that they would prefer to come back even when it's war there, even when they have no job, when they have no place to live, but they prefer to start a new life at home than to start somewhere else. I don't support this opinion because I think that um, for me, it's interesting to learn other cultures. It's interesting to see how it is to live in another country. So that's why I'm not going to come back home, at least for now.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, thank you. So, how many of your friends have come back? Like, how many number-wise are we talking about?
100, all the
I
friends.
know, but five
I
people,
had
10 people.
I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think eight friends. Eight
So we're talking
friends.
about number of eight. Okay,
Yes,
and they're
yes.
all gone back. Interesting. And
Yeah, all, yes, all of
eight
them.
from 50 that you originally came with to Granada, Spain,
No,
18% have.
no. What you mean 50?
So she said, eight from 50 in the original that she came with have gone again. That's
You come with your
16.
friends, with 50
No,
No,
friends?
no,
not
no, not with
no,
friends. No,
no,
there were no friends. It just
no, no.
was
This was 50
people
people that
from.
she came with. So I'm just
Okay.
saying, I'm just repeating. 16% of who the refugees you came with have already left or moved on, gone back, or gone elsewhere in Europe. I'm just painting
Yeah.
the picture that there's a big migration pattern. Like Ukrainian ladies, women, families are on the move big time. And we're seeing that in our database. And we have one question here, which we will get to. I think it's one asking, uh, specifically, which one is it? Relationship. Somebody was asking about our ladies with match guarantee specifically. So we will definitely get to that
We will
after.
get to that because guys worry if they already in relationship. As
Yeah.
a man, Anthony wrote that they all in relationship, doesn't matter if they live in Ukraine and in Europe, they just scam guys. It's your perception, Anthony, and your experience, but
Yeah.
it's not true.
Yeah. So we'll get to your question one in just a bit here. So I've got a few quotes from Ukrainian refugees, and I just want to bounce it across you, Deanna. How do you relate to this? So the quote is, before Ukrainian refugee lady was asked, and she commented, before the war we had a very comfortable life in Ukraine. She said there is a great deal of difference in living like a refugee in Europe now. Would you agree? How do you compare your standard of life, your standard of living as a refugee in Granada, Spain, to where you lived in Ukraine, how you lived in Ukraine?
It's absolutely different life, absolutely different life, because Spanish Spanish culture and how Spanish people live is absolutely opposite to us. Really, absolutely opposite, and it's difficult. It was difficult, firstly, to get used to it because Spanish people are so calm and so much happy all the time. but um but we like this, and we're trying to now to accept it, and to be the same as they are. Yeah.
You're trying to simulate into Spanish culture, yeah. So
Yes, yes.
overall, would you say your standard of life of living, how does it compare to how it was in Ukraine? Let's say a scale from 0 to 100%. 100% was your standard of living in Ukraine. Was it less than 100, more than 100, being better, or less? And what number would you guess it would be?
I think it's 50%. Yeah.
Half as good as you lived in Ukraine. Okay.
Yes, yes, I think yes.
And so you're getting now help from the Spanish government there. You're getting a flat, you're getting some monthly allowance, yeah.
No, we don't get any monthly allowance yet, but we are with the Red Cross, so Red Cross help us with flat, yes, and with food. So we're really thankful for all the help, because I really see how much Europe helps us, and it's really
Hmm.
incredible. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. The reason I'm asking is a lot of guys are saying, a lot of guys have this preconception that Ukrainian refugees are really down and out. They don't have shelter, don't have food. Like they're living in very poor conditions now around Europe. You know, would you agree with that, or can you tell us what kind of conditions that you and most Ukrainian people are living under now as a refugee in Europe?
Yeah, Joseph, it's very interesting because it's really depends a lot on the situation. Because I know people who were, for example, to my friends, they were in Germany, but in different cities, and they had absolutely different situation. Because one my friend, she came to Germany, and she was very lucky because she was living um, in the flat alone, just only she. And another my friend, she came to Germany camp, and there were not good conditions, really not good. That's why she came back to Ukraine very soon.
Sorry, can I add
Yeah,
about
of course. Yeah.
Germany? Because my mother there, when you arrive, until you will do all documents, you need to live in camp until you will proceed with everything, unless you have some friends that you can stay with, you know.
Mhm.
But then you do, and they give separate flats. Like my mother gets separate flat,
Oh.
my sister-in-law with the kids, she has separate
Mhm.
flat. They not far away from each other. Yes, it's not
Mhm.
furnished, but Germany give you keep receipts. They return you money if you buy furniture. Plus, they pay you monthly support and
Mhm.
medicine, healthcare, and school. Uh, hmm, yeah,
Yeah.
adoption
Mhm.
for kids,
Mm-hmm.
courses, Germany,
Mm-hmm.
German language, a lot of help.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand it's very different depending on what country you're in, what
Hmm.
program, and if you just arrived or if you're seasoned, you've been there a month or two, because it does take time to take care of documents and get in onto a program, right? A refugee program. Here's a quote from a refugee. She said, "Italians ask me if we have sushi or internet in Ukraine." She
Oh
said,
my God.
my refugee experience made me realize how beautiful my life was back in Ukraine. Do you think that's pretty normal now? Like, are you finding a similar sentiment that the world is kind of looking at Ukrainians as living in a like third world conditions, or are you not experiencing the same thing?
Yes, I think I'm not experienced the
No,
same.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's just those
Yes.
Italians, maybe. Okay, next. So, okay, we covered. So basically, those Ukrainian refugees living in Spain now, it's a comfortable living, though. You've got enough food, you've got shelter. I mean,
Yes,
you're
yes,
safe,
yes,
you're
yes,
secure. Yeah.
yes, yes. Really, a lot of help. People are trying all like their best to help us. They're doing everything. I really think that they're doing everything to help us now.
And the reason I'm asking you this is, again, guys have this fear that Ukrainian women are now, because they're refugee, displaced, maybe their basic needs are not being met, and now they're desperate. They're desperate to latch on to a guy to get out of Ukraine. You know, what would you comment about that?
I don't think that they are really, really desperate. I don't think so because I really think that for those women who stayed in Ukraine for now, they have relatives maybe, or they have friends where they can stay. So they're not desperate. Of course, they have their own way to live now. But
Hmm. Thank you. Yeah, I would agree with you. I would agree, and I think, I always, as an engineer, as a logical person, I always look at the facts to give you a glimpse into what is probably the truth. I think if people were really down and out, I mean, the more desperate the human condition, the more desperate we are, the more desperate measures we could possibly take. But I think the truth is, the facts are Ukrainian people are pretty comfortable under the various refugee programs around Europe. So
yes, absolutely, yes, yes, yes,
yeah,
yes.
I know
It's
Anna's mom has her own flat, nice new flat.
Bigger
Sister,
than she live in Ukraine. She has 3 room flat, and in
ah,
Ukraine was 1 room flat. Yeah.
yeah,
oh.
So
it's a better
she
quality
even
of
invite friends from Ukraine.
yeah,
Who
better
who
quality
will
and
come
bigger
to me and
flat.
live with me? Yeah, I have everything
Yeah,
furnished.
yeah.
Please come.
And sister-in-law has a flat for her family, so and they have an allowance, and they're helping them find a job, and they're really like full support, a lot of
I
support.
have another
We
friend
too.
in
Mhm.
Switzerland. So government also pay for flat. They give you courses every day, 8 hours. So you have they give you this 1 year, so you will learn local question, will adjust to culture, to everything, just take care about yourself. And then in 1 year you support, they also pay you monthly fee support, and they give you permission to be in their country for up to 3 years, depends on country. So in 1 year they expect you to learn language, so you can do some simple work, so you can start to work in 1 year.
Yeah.
Yeah, the same as here. Yeah, the same. And we're very lucky that we are now with the Red Cross. We're really lucky here, really lucky, because they really gave us great place in the center of the city, and everything is great really now.
Okay, next topic is why are they returning home to the tune of what was the number, 4 million?
4 million.
I think it was
yeah.
4 million have now returned home. So
4.3.
4.3 million have now of Ukrainian refugees have gone back home under an active war situation that's still in a complete unknown, right? Very dangerous, right? So yeah, the question is, why are they returning home? One quote from a Ukrainian refugee, she said, "News from home was always on our mind. We're watching the news feeds all the time, afraid for family and loved ones back in Ukraine. And although that they were physically safe, their soul was still with Ukraine, with relatives who stayed at home." So yeah, I mean, what's your take on why so many, 4.3 million Ukrainians are returning home during an active war?
Patriotic, as I told you before, they're really, really patriotic. Ukrainians, oh my God, I think no one in the world loves their country so much as Ukrainian do. It's true. I mean, I asked my friend who was in Germany. She was living in the great flat alone. Everything was great. She received some money from government as a help, and she came back. She came back to Kiev. She was the first one from my friends who came back so fast. And I asked her, "Why did you come back?" And she was like, I prefer to start new life here in Kiev from zero than to stay in Germany. For me, it was surprising, really surprising. But that's true. That's true. She said that she missed home so much that she cannot stay anymore out of home. But I think mostly they return back because if they have family there, if they have husband and parents there, it's the reason for them to return, the main reason.
I mean, bingo. I think that's my opinion. Honey, would love to hear your opinion too. But I think because so many families were split up because of the war, because of this rule that men from 18 to 60 can't leave. That's fathers. It's husbands. It's sons. It's parents. Fathers. I said that. But it split up the families, and they really yearn for home, I think, because to get the family unit back together, I think that's a big component of it. What's your take on it, babe?
Yeah, I agree. It's number one reason. And let's also face it that not many people, even worldwide, are so open-minded to start, to live in a known country with, even with all the support provided, different language. It's quite a bit challenging, And if woman single, nothing kept her in Ukraine. Let's say about our women, for example, they at least single, and they have children, so they have motivation to take care about children, so there is no man keep them, or no split family, so they kind of more will put more efforts to adjust, to new country. And let's face it, there is only less than 10% of Ukrainian women even before war, was ready for international marriage or to leave country in generally speaking, right? So it's all people who left, they was forced to left, but then when they start to experience different life with different, with different language, it was too much, more than that they can handle, and that's the, it requires, a lot of effort to do that.
The statistic, the UN did a survey, and this is maybe a little bit surprising comparing it to what's actually happening now, but the majority of Ukrainians surveyed wanted to return back to Ukraine. So that's more than 50%, I presume. They worded the majority of Ukrainians wanted to return home. But only about 16% they planned on actually going back. 16%. That seems a little bit surprising. And among that 16%, they said that that 16%, even they're going to go back just to get some stuff sorted out. So brief visit, and then they're back. So it looks like, I mean, according to that survey, most Ukrainians are going to remain displaced out of Ukraine. But I don't know.
People trying to plan for long term because nobody know what to do. Like for example, my sister-in-law, first they with the family, they go to Georgia because it's where my sister-in-law company that she worked for, one of the company office. So she started to go to office, but Georgia is not like rich country, they have to pay for their own flat, don't have as much support. So it was, even salary was not like compensate, I mean, you compare. And then another was, that question was on their mind because my nephew, he's now 15 years old. What he have to learn now Georgian language to enter, university or school, and how it will be useful, this education. So this was the main reason why they moved to Georgia, or to Germany, because good education. And many people, find a place. We didn't mention it, but it's a big one. First of all, most of them, if they move from the beginning somewhere, they move mostly to France. Even they was living there for like half a year already. Until countries came up with some program, So they was looking where, and now also many of them, they just, if they have possibility to stay in some countries where their friends live, Ukrainian people support each other abroad too, so they give their place to live.
So, guys, if you have any specific questions for Deanna, I see a lot of chat back and forth amongst yourselves, which is great in the chat, in live chat. But if you have any questions specifically for Deanna, please write it again. You can copy and paste it if you already did. I'm having a hard time keeping up with all the chatter in chat. So any questions for Deanna, please type it into chat now. And while you're doing that, I'm just going to announce that Deanna is actually our administrator at Match Guarantee. So if you get a call, if you booked a complimentary consultation with Anna or one of our other coaches, you'll be talking to Deanna. She will call you and remind you of your coaching call, and she'll be emailing you, and you'll be communicating with her. If you happen to be a past client of Match Guarantee and you're wanting or interested in talking about coming back, you guys, that I've invited all past clients of Match Guarantee that qualify to come back on us. So right up to the end of 2022, you can come back for unlimited dating, unlimited coaching, unlimited matchmaking, completely free. So if you're interested in that, you'll be talking to Deanna. Please call us and you'll talk to Deanna. Or if you're interested in the no wife, no pay crazy experiment that I've decided to do, you'll be talking to Deanna. So what I've asked Deanna to do, and she so boldly and courageously agreed. I asked her, I said, Deanna, what do you think about going live for what we'll call it a live chat with Ukrainian lady? And if you guys like it, she'll keep coming back on Sunday. So after Anna goes live, Deanna will go live tomorrow. So from noon to 1 p.m. Eastern time, she'll have her own show, kind of, and she'll be able to chat with you live, and you can ask her all questions. But please, guys, refrain from the hitting on her too much, because you're how old or young, dear?
21.
21. So just remember that, guys. She's 21. And yeah, she will also be doing her job. So it'll be kind of like she'll be chatting with you in chat. If you guys have questions or if you want to chat, she'll be chatting. If there's no activity in chat, she'll be calling clients and just doing her admin job. Okay, so you kind of get behind the scenes of Match Guarantee. Okay, you'll get to hear how she talks to clients, stuff like that. And then please let us know if you want that to continue. Okay. So I'm just looking in chat, honey. Any questions coming in?
There
was it? Yeah. How was your mom and your grandma handling it?
It's very interesting because for my grandmother, it's first time when she's so much far away from home, and of course she miss home. Sometimes she's asking me. No, she's not asking. She's just imagine how her future would be when she will come back home, and I'm like, wait, you're still here. So yeah, but we like Spain so much. So nice people, so kind, so positive atmosphere. So positive atmosphere.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Diana, are you being hit a lot by men in Spain?
Are you being hit on? Men try to pick you up in Spanish men
on the street? Yeah.
I would not say that.
I would not say that as well in Mexico. I was so much more trying to be approached in Ukraine, just because I think Ukrainian men, they like more, they don't afraid of this, they don't afraid that because Ukrainian ladies, they're not rude, they will never tell you something bad, if you try to approach, and then they don't have this perception that Western men have, that that if you try to chase a Western woman, she can claim on you that you do something bad to her. So men stop doing this in the West. So there was question that like our ladies now, if they're in Europe, they will quickly find men. And how you imagine that if they're not being approached by men, they will just run after everybody. Listen, I'm single, let's meet. It's not in Ukrainian culture, Ukrainian women don't approach men. They're waiting until men will approach them. And then in Europe, it's not as much traditional man as as in Ukraine, because it's very traditional.
Yes, absolutely.
And we have ladies who join us who went to like America to relatives before war started. When war started, they now want to join our agency because they live now in America and they cannot meet traditional men there. They've been offered different type of relationship, but nothing serious, nothing about commitment. So I don't think it will be an issue that they will quickly find men, because for this they have to be like a, like a monkey running after each man.
Yes.
And it's not that something that they do, they're not active in approaching men. As women in the West.
Here's a question. Probably. Deanna, what does Spain offer for academia? So are you able to attend universities there? Do they have some help for you to go to school, especially being a young lady?
Yes. I'm able to enter the university here. I did not finish university yet. I have 1 year left. So it's possible here to study, to enter the university. Absolutely, yeah. But I should know the language to do that. So
it's in Spanish, yeah.
Yeah, it's in Spanish.
So are you able to just, and what are you taking in university back in Ukraine? What degree are you in?
Journalistics.
Which one?
Journalistic.
Journalism. Oh wow, great. Yeah. And can you just continue your journalism degree and finish it there, or how does that work? Will they give you a lot of credit for your years, your courses back in Ukraine?
I'm not sure about that. I did not
Uh-huh.
even ask about this yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Deanna, what about your family's plans? Could you share with us? Are you planning on staying in Spain or stay together, or what's your guys' plans?
Tell the truth, we're not sure yet. We're still thinking because for now, yes, for now we will stay here. But my grandmother, as I told before, she's still dreaming to come back home. So I think when the situation will be better, yes,
What are you thinking
she
about
told
Canada?
me yes.
George is asking.
Yes, yes. You know, Joseph, I would really like to go to Canada, for example. I would really love to. My mom, she just prefers hot weather countries. That's why I think she wants to stay here. But we will see in future. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
something will change.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing.
Diana, mother,
Yeah.
also our client. Yeah.
Ah, you dropped the secret. I was gonna keep that secret. It's gonna keep that a secret. You dropped the secret. Yeah. Did you guys hear that? Did you catch that? Were you listening carefully? Do you want to share, Deanna, details or just private?
Yes. My mom is also in our match guarantee database. Yes. So
What's her number? So
I
guys,
I don't remember what's her ID
Oh,
number.
did your mom see?
It's 17.
oh, how
Yeah.
old is your mom?
My mom is 46. Yes.
46. So there you go.
Very beautiful.
So guys, maybe we'll put her mom's ID number in the description
Yeah.
below after the live stream,
Yes.
so you can check her out. I can tell you. Did you guys see the video that my wife did on the 3 types of Ukrainian women? It's called Ukrainian Women: the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, just to be a little bit catchy on the title. But it's what woman minus, woman zero, and woman plus, right?
Mhm, yeah.
I can tell you, Deanna is definitely a woman plus. And I presume her mom is also a woman plus. So you got very high quality lady there. So just
Thank
just
you.
saying.
Diana don't need promotion.
No, I wasn't meaning
This
to. I
Sandra.
wasn't meaning to.
Okay,
I
I
was
think
just
we
saying.
have a lot of
I was
women
just giving a
plus.
compliment. It's just a compliment.
Okay.
So,
Thank you.
my intention for this live stream was to interview 2 Ukrainian um, people. So, honey, I was going to interview you as the other one, but anything kind of you want to say about any of the points that we talked about that you think is worth highlighting about your family's journey and where
About
they're at?
my family, I already said. I would just, my friends, my godfather of Arena, he's in Ukraine. He never left Ukraine. They was calling. I call him when he has his birthday, and he always, invite a lot of friends. And he said, "Oh, we're sitting at the table. We miss you. We would love you to be here." I said, "Really? And what? Everybody come back or what?" He said, "Yes, everybody come back." And even they joke, we've been evacuated from from Bulgaria home. So like they was experience all this trip, and they're very very difficult, and especially those people who come to like Bulgaria, these countries, they was given Ukrainian people immediately help, but it was the summer resorts, that should be free in the high season. So they was given until end of May, and then basically people have to figure out where to go after this. So, and many of them, yeah, that's another reason from Bulgaria. Was a lot of volunteer help, but many people come back to uh, to Kiev because it was non-stop search always. You have to find the solution where to go. It's like it's, and again. The other reason why people it's very different. Diana say, like from her friends, everybody experience very different help, and different people have different life how to say,
Values?
no, not different level of life in Ukraine. You know, somebody have beautiful private houses, and now they live in France in one flat with like people around. You know, so it was, you know, it's breaking relationship, a lot of fights, or you know,
Yeah.
challenges like this. So like many people give up because of this, but some people move and they have better condition, like my mom have better condition now in Germany than she has originally in Kiev. So it's very
By the way,
different.
can I just add, honey? We actually showed Anna's parents' flat. Anna did a video called Ukrainian Flats, and she toured around a typical Ukrainian flat. Well, actually, it wasn't. It was actually higher than average Ukrainian flat, and that was Anya's parents' flat. And it's really interesting because a lot of guys commented and dissed the flat in the video. That, oh, so bad flat, so low quality. But that's actually above an average flat. Yeah. And now, so you're welcome to, we'll put that video in the description below after live stream as well, so you can check out Anna's parents' flat. So just to give you an idea how the average
Western people don't know how to live in these small flats that in Ukraine it's normal. You know,
Yeah.
people live in very small
living conditions in Ukraine. It's quite normal for 2, even 3 families to live together in one flat.
And
know.
always
A small flat, like
in Ukraine,
60 square meters.
When you try to rent flat, you always will be surprised because we make a calculation. We add this living room also is one of the room that we count.
Yeah.
It's a room count.
Yeah. You also want.
Yes.
So if you 2 bedroom, it will be, you will count, there will be 1 bedroom, but second room will be counted too.
So just as we say goodbye to Deanna and thank her for her interview, a reminder, Deanna you'll have her for a whole hour. You can chat with Deanna tomorrow starting at noon Eastern till 1 p.m. And we're doing this as a test to see if you guys are interested in that. You can talk to Deanna. She will be doing her admin job with Match Guarantee at the same time. So juggling 2 birds at the same time. So you can chat with Deanna again tomorrow. Thank you very much for your interview.
Yeah, thank you, Joseph. Thank you, Anna. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, let's see you tomorrow at noon.
Yeah, see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
I want to add about this movement, you know.
Yeah, please. We'll continue the chat about Ukraine, refugees, the migration.
I just believe that people adjust, Ukrainian women adjust, who first of all don't have family out there, you know, whom they miss, and, you know, husband or, you know, parents who need to take care, or, but also very like certain brain type, you know, open-minded, you know, to be learning, to be able to learn, to adjust to new culture, you know, and it's not majority of Ukrainian people. Majority, they love stability, they love their country, and they don't want to move nowhere. You know, it's a myth that Ukrainian people so don't like a life there. You know, that they're desperate to move to anywhere. You know.
Absolutely. I'm gonna have to already start the reprimanding. Looks like Danny boy. Listen, Deanna is 21. From your photo, you look to be about, I don't know, old. Dan. So, guys, please refrain from the hitting on Deanna when she's live. Okay, she's a very innocent, educated, smart, high vibrational human being. Okay, so none of the hitting like Richard did during Scam School 2. That was just, you know, she didn't know how to deal with it until Anna bailed her out and jumped in and started defending her. But yeah, she's not going to deal well with, I mean, so guys, don't hit on her, okay? She's 21. You're 50 something, most of you guys, all right? So you've been forewarned. Otherwise, you'll have me to deal with. And I can call you and reprimand you. Okay, so just forewarning. I'm trying this just as to, you know, give a Ukrainian lady for you to talk to. Maybe some guy is, oh yeah. What age gap did she say? I mean, most.
Yeah, say 10.
Yeah,
10.
most Ukrainian ladies are not interested, guys, with a age gap of more than 7 or 10 years. That's normal in Ukraine. 7 years, the average age gap in marriages in Ukraine. So just Yeah, Daddy Joe, that's right. Yeah.
Diana even told us, like, I feel like
Yeah.
my mom and dad, so
Yeah.
grateful to you.
She did say that to us. Yeah, she feels like we're her parents. I mean, she's that close to us. I mean, she's just been a trooper, amazing. She just came she came into Max Guarantee. She was shy to talk to anybody, and she just had like a rocket ship to the moon. She just so teachable, so open, so kind, she's so Canadian. I tell her she's has a lot of Canadian features, actually. So I thought, and she never turns down a challenge when I say, "Hey, Deanna, what do you think about doing this?" And then now she's even doing coaching calls for our No Wife, No Pay experiment. She's doing those, which she was mortified at the thought of doing them before. But she's just a real trooper. She's amazing, amazing gal. So, honey, Anya will be live tomorrow on her normal Sunday Ask Anna Anything live stream starting at 11 a.m. Eastern to noon. And then again, from noon to 1 will be Deanna. You'll have her for live chat with, I'm calling it live chat with a beautiful Ukrainian lady.
On our channel will be?
It will be on our channel, of course. So I want to just play a video and then we'll be right back. I hope I'm playing the right video here. It's a tearjerker, but I think we all need to ask ourselves the tough questions about Ukraine right now. I'll be right back. Give you something to chew on.
Доброго вечора, ми з України, держави незламної, духом єдині. Ми діти, на долі яких припало жити в війні без дитинства. Украли, жити в підвалах, не бачити тата, друзів зі школи, сестру, навіть брата.
Жити постійно в тривожних валізах, чекати на зброю з Європи.
Від Сполучених Штатів ленд-лізу. Ми діти війни, війни в Україні, на долі яких припало. Ми діти війни, війни в Україні, дитинство у нас украли. Ми діти війни, війни в Україні, звертаємось до Росії. Хотим вас просить, хотим слово сказать. Услышьте нас, русская мать. Ракети по звуках уже відрізняємо. Коли є прильоти, коли їх збиваємо.
В підвалах живемо, усі мов родина.
Ділимо склянки води, ламаємо хлібину.
Мы дети войны, войны в Украине. Хотим сказать слово мамам России. Хотим вас спросить о прожитом дне. Как спал ваш ребенок? Вставать утром лень?
Наверное, утром успел улыбнуться, позавтракать, в школу к друзьям прошвырнуться. А может, забыл застелить постель? На завтрак сварили ему вермишель.
Вы положили в рюкзак шоколадку? Подарит девчонке или сам съест украдкой?
А ваш ребенок играет в куклы?
А может, мечтает о ноутбуке?
Он знает, как ночью вставать с постели, под звуки сирены бежать в подземелье.
А может, он знает, как, глядя в глаза, под ствол автомата бежать в никуда?
Нет, мы не упрекаем. Хотим просто знать, за что убиваете.
Ведь я чья-то дочь, а вы чья-то мать. Как будете детям своим толковать?
За что вы пришли нас здесь убивать? Возьмите, его подарила чужая мать.
Смерть детей в Украине нельзя прощать.
Мы будем об этом сегодня кричать. И даже если сгорела кровать,
И даже если нет больше дома,
мы видели смерть, не желаем другому. Ми діти війни, війни в Україні, на долі яких припало. Ми діти війни, війни в Україні, дитинство у нас украли. Ми діти війни, війни в Україні, звертаємось до Росії.
Хотим вас спросить, хотим слово сказать.
Услышьте нас, русская мать.
услышьте, ведь вы тоже мать.
Ми діти війни, на долю яких припало. Ми діти війни, дитинство у нас украли.
Hey guys, that's a tearjerker, isn't it? Ooh, so this stats are 343 Ukrainian children dead so far from the war. And I played that video because I came across that video, and I just want you guys to really understand. It seems like the world is kind of become now numb to the Ukrainian war, and it's kind of like old news 5 months into the war. But the reality is that there's a refugee crisis, a very big one in Ukraine, and it's centered around women and children now. 7 million Ukrainian people displaced inside Ukraine, refugees inside their own country. Yeah, and they have very poor living conditions. And I think that that video is also a plea to Russian mothers to stop the propaganda, right? Because all Russians are, I mean, let's face it. Come on, YouTube is public. The facts are there; they're undeniable. But the propaganda still perpetuates today, and there's a lot of, I think it's intended to appeal to the hearts of Russian mothers. How would they feel if that was their child? Yeah. So please remember Ukrainian children and families, and reach out and donate to any of the good big charities that you feel confident in that your money will go to good use. Yeah. The Red Cross is one of the best. They're actively helping. Of course, we still have an active charity, our Ukraine Refugee Fund, via PayPal. I'll put the link in the description below. You're welcome to donate. We are working as close as we can to make sure it gets right to the need. Okay, so I just wanted to leave on that note. Any other questions before I let you go? And I'll leave you with a more uplifting video, prayer for Ukraine that we've played a number of times as I say goodbye for now. Anna couldn't even stay after watching that video. So, just ending the live stream now with this wonderful prayer song of Ukraine. Okay, guys, Anna will see you tomorrow. Thanks for attending today. God bless.
Минає час, минають дні, і змінюється все навколо, та тільки Бог, Господь святий, не змінюється Він ніколи. В одну хвилину може Він змінити все в нашій країні. Господь, благаємо Тебе, даруй спасіння Україні. Боже, Україну збережи, Господи, помилуй грішних, змилуйся над нами і прости.